gamba nabaliza amatama okadadeire nkoruhu buli kaire kona ondoho okubuda atakwisuma eito emekago noli atokwigutenda yawe izwire miguta nakusulire kambe gambo
Thank you very much. Good morning, colleagues, and welcome to day 2 of the power session 1. We start an innovation on sustainable agri-food systems. We had a wonderful time yesterday, and we are grateful for those who stayed too late to listen in and discuss as we had those presentations from the scientists that have shared their thoughts. We want to welcome each and every one of you, and we want you to feel at home. We shall be using this other part of the this other part of the tent. So if you are going to join the agri-food systems session, please, we shall request that you just move across to this other side of the tent and you occupy the chairs that are here so that we can continue with the discussions. For the presenters, I'm requesting that for those who are yet to share their presentations, you share them actually. You help me share them directly to that email address that has been projected. For those who already shared, you don't have to do anything. We are handling the rest. If you are yet to share, please, I request that you share your email, your presentation to that address. We are looking forward to about 8 or 9 presentations. We shall start with Francis, then Bruce, Derek, then Karen, Simon, Pius, Clovis, Cosmas, and ultimately we shall have the last one from Ebenezer. I just request that for the names I've read, I think I've seen some faces. If you have had your name, please just ensure that you get in touch and we are aware that you're around. Thank you very much. I'll be shortly handing over to the chair of the session to continue guiding us through. I'm not sure whether I've seen Francis. Oh, he's here. All right, thank you.
Yes, a very warm good morning to you all. Yeah, I want to welcome you all for today's session. That is day 2 of our conference, sub-theme, Research and Innovation for Sustainable Agri-Food Systems. And I want to recognize the presence of our 2 keynote speakers. We have Professor Kabi Fred, who is here with us. Also, we have Dr. Stanley Kalubo, and the presence of also the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. And also from MMU, then also the Dean from Uganda Martyrs University, who is here with us. And also today we shall have online members who are joining us via Zoom, and they'll be following our presentations today. So a warm welcome to you, all of you, and we hope the interactions here today will be very, very stimulating in terms of science, in terms of discussion that can propel our research forward up to even to the point where we can have innovations to solve global challenges. Yeah, so as Dr. Jacob has already read out the participants, the presenters this morning session. I hope the presenters share their slides with the technical team, because we want these slides to be viewed also by the online members who are here with us. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite the first presenter. That is Francis Sengendo, who is going to present about supplementation of maize bran with either sunflower or oil palm seed cakes that improves growth and nutritional value of the edible house cricket. So Francis is from Kabbalah University, right? Gulu University, and is here to share his research with us. Francis will have 10 minutes, and then we shall do 2 presentations, and after which we go for question and answer sessions or interactions. So Francis, you're most welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Francis Sengendo, a PhD student at Guru University. I'm here to take you through one of my works. This is a paper that has been published in the Journal of Entomology. I worked with a big team, including my supervisors and a number of collaborators. Thank you. Yes, it's about supplementation of maize bran with either sunflower or oil palm seed cakes, improves growth and nutritional value of the edible house cricket, the Acheta domesticus. To briefly introduce, the whole world is grappling with insufficient proteins, especially animal protein, and according to FAO 2020, 65% of the population lacks or has limited access to animal protein, and this problem is more escalated in the sub-Saharan region. So Acheta domesticus has demonstrated potential as a sustainable alternative protein because it is easy to rear. It has a high protein source, which ranges between 60 to 70%, plus other minerals and fatty acids. It is also environmentally sustainable because it emits less greenhouse gases compared to the conventional animal protein sources. It can be reared on less water and it requires less space. In Uganda, Acheta domesticus has high potential to be accepted as food or a food ingredient because we have a long history of insect consumption. However, the problem is that the farming of this insect has started a long way since 2010 in Masaka district, but the farmers are still grappling with challenges, and the biggest challenge is the feed, because they feed it on the commercial chicken mash, which is very competitive, because this is what the poultry farmers also feed. Not only the poultry farmers, but also the other farmers who are rearing other animals. So it has remained stagnated since 2010. So the aim of this study is to develop, or it was to develop, an efficient and sustainable alternative diet that is highly nutritive for rearing Acheta domesticus. And we answered two specific questions. One was that, does survival, adult weight, and development time differ among Acheta domesticus that is reared on these different diets? And does the proximate mineral and fatty acid composition differ among Acheta domesticus that is reared on the different diet treatments? So to address those questions, to have a colony where we picked individuals that were used in the experiments, we bought the parent stock from Masaka, the farmers. Then we formulated 5 diets using or supplementing maize bran with 3 oilseed byproducts. And the choice of these byproducts was because they are readily available in the study area and they are underutilized. So we supplemented maize bran by combining it with 50% of each of the oil seed cakes, and then also 25% of each of the oil seed byproducts, and then 25% of maize bran. So our experiment was arranged as a randomized unreplicated block design. We had 50 blocks where each treatment was represented in each of the blocks. So we had one individual in each of those containers you see, and these nymphs were raised up to maturity. So we measured survival, adult weight, development time, and also did the chemical composition of both the diet and the insects that were reared on these different diets. We analyzed the effect of these diets on survival using a generalized linear model. Then linear mixed models were used to determine the effect of diet sex and their interaction on the fresh weight and development time. Then one way ANOVA to determine if there were differences in the proximate and mineral composition of Acheta domesticus, which was fed on these different diets, and then permutational analysis of variance to test the differences in the fatty acid composition of the insects that were reared on those different diets. These were our findings. We found that survival of Acheta domesticus fed on maize bran that was supplemented with either sunflower oil seed cake and palm oil seed cake was comparable to the control diet. This survival was also better than that which was found in previous studies that tried to rear this insect on side streams or waste material. The adult weight on the individuals that were fed on maize bran supplemented with sunflower cake and also oil palm seed cake were also heavier compared to those raised on the control and the other diets. The development time was shortest in Acheta domesticus fed on a combination of maize bran and sunflower seed cake. And this was also better than studies that reared this insect on side streams. Our nutritional composition of the Acheta domesticus fed on the control diet were richer in protein. But those that were fed on maize bran supplemented with either sunflower or oil palm seed cake were only contained higher levels of fat minerals, specifically sodium, calcium, and iron. And they are also richer in polysaturated fatty acids. Yes, according to the non-metric multidimensional scaling, we can observe that sunflower or insects that were fed on maize bran supplemented with sunflower cake had a higher composition. The composition of fatty acids in those insects were higher, and they were different from those that were fed on the control and the other diets.
Excuse me, sir, you can summarize in 1 minute.
Thank you, I'm concluding. We concluded that supplementation of maize bran with either 50% of sunflower cake or seed cake or palm seed cake can be an alternative feed to commercial chicken mash. And the diets based on the oil palm seed cake byproducts, they improve the fat, minerals, and saturated fatty acid content of Acheta domesticus. The implication of this study and future research is that our findings offer a promising alternative for sustainable production of Acheta domesticus. That means we contributed to the solving the problem of feed in production of Acheta domesticus. However, we recommend future studies to focus on formulating oilseed byproducts based diets that have a balanced content of oil linolenic and alpha linolenic acids, to have a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 that is more healthier to humans. So I acknowledge Belarus for funding my study. I also acknowledge Guru University, Thomas More University, and Mbalala University of Science and Technology. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Francis, for your wonderful presentation. Let us give him another round of applause. Right. So we have changed the program a bit. We will be going straight to questions. Like yesterday we said, when it's still hot. Okay. So Brian, we will have 1 minute of question and answer. You can keep. Yeah, you can be there. You hold on. You can keep on the podium. Doesn't matter. I have question here from Professor Kabi.
Yeah, thank you, Francis, for your presentation. For your information, I'm your fellow animal nutritionist. So one of the first questions I want to know, you said the Achita domesticus was 60 to 70% crude protein, but it sounds rather too strange to be true. But maybe, can you tell us how you were able to analyze that CP in the lab, so we can know really where the problem came from? And number 2, how did you use statistics to show that either inclusion of 50% sunflower or palm oil was the optimal inclusion levels? Because I didn't see any statistics relating to that. And then finally, you made a conclusion that first of all, you presented that there were PUFAs, the polyunsaturated fatty acids, yes? But then in your conclusion, you are saying that there is a need for other researchers to know that they have omega-3 and omega-6. But omega-3 and omega-6 are some of the PUFAs. So how did you know that in the PUFAs that you said were there, that there were no omega-3 or omega-6? Thank you very much. It was a very nice presentation.
Thank you, Prof. I hope you have taken note. The statistical methods, even the crude protein analysis. Do we have any more questions?
Thank you. Yeah, mine is from the farmer perspective. When we talk about sustainability, what comes into my mind is whether the intervention is cost effective in terms of whether it's profitable or not versus other methods, other nutritional solutions. So did you compare in terms of feeding, whether it's cost effective compared to others? Thank you.
Okay, economic analysis has come in there. I think this is enough for Francis. Francis, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Prof. Kabi, for your concerns. Yes, one, you're wondering whether it is true that Acheta domesticus can contain or can fall within that range of protein content. Yes, we did protein analysis using the QDA method and found that depending on what it has been fed on, depending on the diets that we used, the variation was between 50 to 60. That is from our study. But in literature, it is also recorded that the range of protein content can vary between 60 to 70, depending on what the insect has been fed on. Yes, we used 6.25. Yes, I understand. Because for insects, normally we use 5.3.
Yes.
3 something.
Or even
Yeah.
4.
Or 4.
Yeah.
So I had just forgotten. We first did a conversion ratio of 6.25. Then because we are dealing with insects,
Yes.
then we then
Went to 4.
went to
4.25.
5.3,
Okay.
not 4.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But now these figures that you are reporting are based on the erroneous 6.25.
No.
Eh?
They are based on 5.3.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof. Yeah,
Yes.
that's very important. The correction factor for crude protein, either 6.5 or 5.3, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof.
The other question was about the statistics. We didn't do optimization. We just did a formulation basing on the idea that if we can replace or we can reduce maize bran by 50%, then we are able to reduce the cost of the feed. Okay, the inclusion was 50 and 25. The idea was that if we can do 50% of oilseed cake and 50% of maize, then we can have a cheaper feed. And at 25, we also thought that if we can have a combination of these oilseed cakes in 25% supplementation with 25% maize bran, then we can have a more reduced feed in terms of cost. So we didn't do optimization. I should admit that.
Yeah, thank you so
Then
much. I think you can wind up.
about the omega-3